What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. The SBA declines millions in the $10,000 EIDL targeted advance. It's Friday, thank God, right? April the 23rd, 2021. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL with your comments below. And in case you haven't seen World War III on Twitter this morning and what happened late last night, please make sure to follow me at Try Small Biz. That's Try Small Biz. It's where all the action's going down. It's where all the senators, congressmen, and women and their staff are. They're not combing the comments on YouTube. You got to go over to Twitter as well at Try Small Biz. My username is Small Biz Inc., the name of the company I formed a couple weeks ago to grow your small biz. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last night between midnight and 3 a.m., the SBA pulled a late night massacre where they officially put a nail in our coffin with respect to those in middle to high income communities, upwards of 5 million that have been given the big fuck you with respect to the $10,000 targeted Eidl advance. So what does it mean? Are we actually going to sue now, or do we have to wait? And are you ever going to get your money with respect to $10,000 of the balance thereof? So pull up a chair, grab an ice cold water, beer, wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. All right, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not in a good mood. I've actually had to restart this video a few times because I got so pissed off that it was actually kind of scary. And that's not the message that I want to share with you right now. So I want to give you more of a calm version. I may get cranked up once or twice, but I want to tell you what I know has gone on in the last few hours. Why did the SBA pull a middle of the night massacre? How come they haven't sent you an email or an explanation, which is required according to the American Rescue Plan? Does this open the door for the 400 or 500 car pileup with respect to a lawsuit? And perhaps most importantly, are we ever going to get, if you're in a middle or a high income community, the balance of the $10,000 or the full amount that you were promised in the CARES Act? Before I forget, the portal, and I'll try to remember to put it in the description, to get into your portal account, and their servers are overloaded. Sometimes you can't go in. My recommendation, go in late at night, anytime between midnight and 7 in the morning. It's very easy to get in. So if you haven't hit the blue button, if you haven't requested, in some cases, which is up to 7 times the amount of money that you got last year, you need to go to the following address: COVID-19 Relief 1, the number, .sba.gov/application, and that's going to be your link. So it's COVID-19 Relief 1.sba.gov. So look, I was actually up last night. I didn't go out. Tonight's going to be a different story, though, I can tell you that much. And I said, let me see if I'm still in there for the amount that I've gotten, because I got 4 times. Some people got 5, 6, 7 times what they got last year in a loan in terms of an offer. So I filled out my application the other day. I've explained this. It took me 5 minutes. Whenever you get you're unauthorized to complete this section, you got to do a refresh. You got to log back out, come back in. You'll eventually get through the process, but it's overloaded right now because everybody's somewhat late to the game and they're checking their portal. They're hearing about the declines that went out late last night. So go in, before I forget to tell you this, and take a screenshot. Everything right now is in preparation for a potential lawsuit. You have to record every call. You have to keep files on every email. Go into your portal account right now, especially if you've got some gigantic offer up to $500,000, and you need to take a screenshot, because we now have about 150 car pileup. The SBA is not following the law with respect to paying everybody within 21 days. Some of you have been in the queue for over 80 days sitting under approved status, and you haven't got your money, and you don't have an explanation. You can't get anybody on the fucking telephone. And now we find out last night between midnight and 4 a.m. that they just automatically declined anyone that was in a middle or a high income community. You may remember me telling you many months ago when I said, go call the SBA, 800-659-2955, and ask them, am I in a low-income community? I'd like to know if I'm eligible for the targeted Eidl advance. Most of the agents would be honest with you, because in the upper right-hand corner, and I know this to be true, it tells what community you're in. L for low, M for middle, H for high. They can see that on your portal account. If they're telling you that they can't, they're fucking lying to you. And plenty of them will lie to you. But the ones who are honest can tell you when you made that call where you were. So put yourselves in the shoes of Miss Isabel Guzman, someone I have respect for. 2 weeks ago, she sends a letter to Jackie Rosen, and I've talked about it. It's pinned in prior videos. And she says, especially on the second page, I do not have legal authority to give folks in middle or high or those outside of low income the 10 grand or the balance thereof. And she tells Jackie Rosen, author of EIDL Small Business Act S513, co-sponsored with John Cornyn out of Texas. She tells her, you have two options. Send me new legislation around the old Eidl advance, which is 10 grand regardless of size or location, and that's Jackie's bill S513. Or send me a bill that gives me authorization to give the targeted advance to middle and high income communities. So Miss Isabel Guzman, the current head of the SBA, somebody who's trying her damnedest, in my opinion, to fix a broken system that goes back many, many decades, wrote that letter and said, I don't have authority. You got to send me new legislation, S513, which is the old Eidl advance under Section 332, or send me a new legislation that gives me the authority to give everybody in middle and high the targeted Eidl advance, which would mean you'd have to have a 30% economic loss or greater if you're a middle or high income community person like myself. So that was on record as of a couple of days ago. So if you're Isabel Guzman, and you know you've got 5 million people that are not inside a low-income community, what do? When is the best time to tell people, sorry, you're declined? Oh, gee, I don't know. How about last night when there was a lot of baby making going on? You know damn well there was. People were out getting drunk. I wasn't. It'll be a different story tonight. But people were out having a good time. They were thinking, fuck, I just got a loan offer that was 5, 6, 7 times more than I got last year. I'm going to finally go out and let my hair down, if you got any. I don't have much. And have a good time. So what's the best time to tell them, sorry about the grant? Middle of the night. Probably when you were 3 sheets to the wind. Doing things that your mother, rest her soul, Ma, I hope you're doing well. She doesn't like it when I talk dirty, family show. When you're doing things you shouldn't be doing. Actually, you should be doing. Right? You've been through the grinder. It's been hell for the last 12 months. You should go out and have a good time thinking, man, I'm probably 30 days away from 4X, 5X, 7X of what I got last year. But no. The SBA, in its typical fucking fashion, had to throw cold water. I almost feel like dumping this on the desk, but I'll just take a drink instead. They had to throw cold water on your party, didn't they? So you had to wake up this morning and see me raising hell on Twitter at Try Small Biz. Everything I post, like it, retweet it, comment. It's making a huge difference. They're well aware that we're pissed off, and Chuck Schumer is well aware that he needs to call a vote. I'm hearing, as I've told you before, it's a strong possibility. It's by the end of this month. But there's no fucking guarantee with respect to that. So look, to all the bloodthirsty people out there that keep running your fucking mouth on Twitter about a lawsuit, here's the deal. The only thing we have right now is slow to pay, and you didn't get an email last night when they declined you. So we're going to go to the court of the law, and the judge is going to say, okay, so what are you here for? Well, we didn't get paid on time. Well, did they pay you? Well, yeah, they paid me. So they paid you, but they paid you slow? All right, that's in the trash. What else? Well, they didn't send me an email. All right, well, they didn't send you an email last night, so it doesn't mean they're not going to send you an email tomorrow or the day after that. That's in the trash. What we need is the following scenario to go down. Go into your portal account, like I said, and take a screenshot. You want to see or keep a record of the loan offer they gave you because it's outrageous numbers in many, many cases. The 3 strikes and you're out, where we do have a lawsuit potentially in the next month, is if all of a sudden these loan officers start clawing back huge amounts of money. They offered you $500,000 and then suddenly, well, we looked at your tax return and based on this, that, and the other, we're going to only be able to offer you $250 or $310. I don't think so. That's where it's going to be. You sent me this offer, even though it says it's not a guarantee. You sent me this offer. You're not publicly disclosing the fucking formula. They still won't do it. I had people ask their loan officers in the last 24 hours, How did I get it off? Well, it's a number of factors. That's the new one now. Before it was I'm unable to disclose. Now it's with respect to how did you get 4, 5, 6, 7 times? Well, it's a number of factors. Well, what are those? It's a number of factors. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, they're not telling us everything that we need to know. So the way we get to a 500 car pileup, in addition to slow pay and you weren't notified, is if they start clawing back massive amounts on people, but I don't think they're gonna. Or at least they'd be stupid to do so, because as I've been doing all morning on Twitter, I am letting them all know in my own way, this is a bunch of fucking bullshit, but we needed to get it on record. We knew that we were not going to have a chance under the current law with the targeted Eidl advance. So now we know. She told Jackie Rosen last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't have the legal authority. You got to send me old money from the old advance, S513, or you got to give me authorization to give everybody, whether in low, middle, or high, the targeted advance. So now we know. Now it's down to Chuck Schumer. Now it's down to President Biden with respect to an executive order. That's the only fucking way we're going to get $10,000 or the balance thereof for those that live in middle to high income communities. And yeah, if you want to blame me because the SBA decided to follow the law and put a nail in our coffin, you go right ahead. But this much I do know, and it's about all I have to say. I will not rest. I will not quit. I will not fucking give it up. I don't care if I'm still fucking talking about this 5 years from now. It's 10 grand or the balance thereof, regardless of size, location, or fucking credit score. The caps are going back to $2 million. I want at least 24 months of working capital with no goddamn games whatsoever over the next 30 days. And yes, this time next year when they're going to be pandering for more votes right in front of the election to hang on to the Senate and the House, I'm going to work with Bing Ben Cardin to get this loan forgiven so you don't pay the SBA a fucking dime. So, from a very cranked up, high blood pressure Atlanta, Georgia, on my way to be 3 sheets to the wind in the next few hours, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, I love you, and thanks for watching.